Good morning. We are live. Good morning. Good morning. See who's here this morning. Boatman, Siren, Welchco, Kane, me, Dislogic. I guess that's all that's in here so far. Hopefully, we'll have some more people come in. All right. Okay. Oops. No. Yeah. Okay. Typical morning. Monday morning. Monday, Tuesday went 3 more sleeps and I will go get to see my kids. But a little bit disappointing because I won't get to see my daughter because she has to go something, I don't know, something came up. And there's another granddaughter I won't get to see. I will get to see my 2 granddaughters and their husbands. We're going to go out with them. And but I won't get to see my grandbaby, my great grandbaby that I haven't seen yet because they will be gone. So, but then I'll have 2 other little grandkids. It's kind of confusing. They all have lives. So anyway, I get to see the ones that are that want to see me. I get to see some of them. Anyway, um, that's all I know. That's all I know. A cousin is coming today that lives in Garland, which is probably 2 hours away, maybe a little bit more. And I'll be glad to see him. I haven't seen him in a while. He's awesome. His name is Eddie, and he's just really, really, really sweet. His wife passed away a few years ago, and he has kept in touch, and he's coming to see me, and I'm really excited about seeing him. So I'll see him tomorrow. I was putting the bills away this morning and found a check for $44. I got a cash I forgot about. That's a good. Hey, Ray, good morning. Mark, good morning. Eric, good morning. So it's always good to get a little reward like that. It's a little gas check. It's not much of nothing, but it's a little bit of a check. Ringmaster Ray, come up and keep me company. Nobody's here this morning to play with me. The good news is I have almost completely stopped using my cane, which I'm happy about that. If I'm going to go walk long distances, I'll take it. But other than that, I don't need it to get around anymore, and I think that's a big plus. So anyway, golly, guys, come on, somebody come up. Somebody come up and talk to me. Don't make me call and wake up people. I could call and wake up Sterling or Joe. Of course, Joe's probably awake. But anyway, Ringmaster Ray, are you going to come up? Silverman, good morning. Well, you know, good morning, Miss. I'm glad you're moving. Yeah, it's great, Mark. I'm moving around. I would have definitely said don't get the surgery done the first 2 weeks, but after that, it's like, yeah, let's go. Anyway, slow moving around here. Couldn't sleep with Chase gone. With Chase gone. Do I want to hear that story? Is he with his mom this weekend? I hate that. Well, I guess I don't hate that because mom needs to see the kids too. But yeah. Anyway, I really feel your pain, Eric. I really do. So I'm going to take one granddaughter and her husband to dinner one night, and then I'm going to take another granddaughter and her husband to breakfast the next morning. So I'll get to do that anyway. Then I'll see my little 8 and 9 year old grandbabies. Get to see them. In fact, they're going to stay with us. Don't get me again for 2 weeks. Oh, Eric, I'm sorry. Good morning, Charles. Is he okay with that himself? I mean, is is he okay with that or not? Silver man. I would think that he would have his choice, but then what do I know? Oops. So anyway, that's going to be my weekend. Of course, we're going to go to the casino one day, so Thursday night. So that will be fun too. So I'm really having a good the it's really going to be good for the next 3 days because I have more than that because I have my cousin coming today and then later on today I'll go to the gym and then the next day I'll probably I don't know what I'll do maybe pack some I don't know what I'll do. Truly amazing, Roxilla. Good morning. Good to see you, Roxilla, and truly amazing. I haven't seen Roxilla in a while. Are truly amazing either. So, guys, don't forget about ATS generous offer on the gram of gold. I'll tell everybody about it in a little bit. Oh, I know. Anyway, enough. I know. I know. You've been here lurking at work. Okay, well, you can lurk. That's okay. If you're at work, we'll let you lurk. Miss Ida, will you continue the gym after? Um, Mark, they told me last week that I had reached my goal in the PT part, so that I didn't need to come anymore. So I went right next door and joined the gym immediately. So, and it's pretty cool because the PT people they're connected to the gym, so they can see me and help me if I need help. And Marion, the guy that did the PT for me, he he said to me, "Okay, stay off of that one. You don't need to be on that one." Um, I mean, they're there to tell me I'm not ready for this yet, but but they're very encouraging. So I'm still doing PT, but without instructions. But they're there if I need help. They're awesome people. So anyway, I'm still going to the gym. I don't know. Y'all might know. Do generally do hotels have gyms? I mean, do they usually offer stuff like that? I don't know. Never been to one in a hotel. Good morning, God's Great. Good morning, Ink Man. But you know, I would probably check that out too if they had one. Guess I'll find out. But anyway, I'm just very, very, very happy that I went ahead and joined the gym. Um, it's not easy. I'm telling you guys, it's not easy for somebody as old as me. Good morning, Sloppy Stacks. But I want to continue to get better and stronger. So I think that the way to do it is go into the gym. So that's what I'm doing. Much as I don't like to do that. Everybody says that you'll get where you like doing it, but that's like, yeah, sure. Sure I will. But does anybody in here go to the gym regularly? Nobody in here does? Because they keep telling me that I'll miss it if I don't go. So eventually I'm thinking, sure, like a bad toothache or something. But, I go to the gym and run 25 miles a day. Holy Toledo. God's great. You must be in some kind of good shape. I do. I pour my coffee cup. That's good, Steve. That's my kind of gymming. Wow. You go to the gym every day? God's great. Because they told me that wasn't good. See, you're still a baby. Morning, James. But, it's one of those things that it's not, it's good for you, so you got to do it. All right, got to do it anyway. And I guess I could just say, okay, PT told me I was good, so I don't have to go back anymore. But I think I would never get past the level that I'm on now, and I want to get better. You drive by the gym 5 days a week. I hear you. I kind of like Steve's idea of pouring coffee, but yeah, that's what they told me, Jason. So anyway, I'm learning. Shift Kicker. Good morning. Glad to see you in the She Shop. There you go. I smurfed you. Lola, good morning. I think I have 4 more Ensures left, the high protein Ensure, and then I probably won't buy any more of those. Yeah, Steve, I'm walking on the treadmill. My walking is not real steady all the time, but I feel he because I had that scoliosis in my back and they put those rods in it, it threw my balance off. So I have to
Hey,
I
good
have
morning.
to learn to walk again and balance myself. But I'm getting there.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Waking up. Definitely waking up.
Yeah.
Trying to get my camera fixed so it's not leaning over there. Got too much stuff everywhere.
Morning, Joe. Not me. I'm just so organized. Yeah. Oh,
That's the way I am right now.
I am so not organized.
There we go.
Ringmaster Ray, your driver? Oh, you mean in Tulsa? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
I'm a
I'm
chauffeur.
I'm trying to talk. Mike was talking about a few places that they were going to start up a coin show. So I sent him all kinds of information on Fort Smith because that's where I would like for him to do it. And
Closer.
yeah, I get to see the babies. I don't have to have a hotel room. And anyway, that's my so I found the biggest convention center, which is connected to a beautiful Marriott. So I sent that information to him. I hope he looks at it. And free parking.
Yep, that would be nice.
Yeah, so that's a good thing.
Well, I was just glad there was free parking this year.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was plenty of parking.
Yeah, well, he's still going to have the Tulsa show there,
Yeah.
as far as I know. But this is for an additional show that it's going to have in Fort Smith. Lola, you got to do what you got to do, honey. Whatever helps you. Just can't stay at home. That's the thing. You got to get out and move. So that's what I do.
Yeah, it's like with me, I can't run anymore because I've had surgery on both knees. One of them I could run with, but the other one they told me I could never run ever again.
Why?
The impact, when I was active duty military, I hurt it and it tore the ligaments, but they never repaired it. So over the years, it shattered all the cartilage between in the knee. And so they basically ground it all up, put it like paste, and I couldn't put any weight on it for over 3 months.
My goodness.
And they told me you'll never be able to run again.
Yeah, I agree. Joe says he wants to run. I'll be happy when I can just learn to hold myself up,
Yeah.
walk straight,
Yeah.
without go whoop, wait. You know. ATS, good morning. But I think I'm getting stronger all the time. That but when you do exercises, it's like, yeah, sure, that's helping. Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. But I really think it is. I think that
Mhm.
it's helping and I just don't realize it.
Well, look how far you've come now. Like you said, you don't have to use a cane or starting not to have to use one.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that's a plus right there, isn't it? So even in the Tulsa show, I used the walker or the cane to get around.
Mhm.
Remember?
Well, yeah,
But
yeah. But
but
maybe now we
I
won't have
mm-mm, mm-mm. Hey, Frostbite, and no pain. That's the kicker. No pain.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Absolutely, it is. Oh, awesome.
What's up, Frosty?
Frosty, come out and play with us. I didn't realize how early I was this morning. Coming out inside. Too early.
Well, that kind of helps with me because I have to be at work early now, being there at 7.
I know that's just not right.
No, no. But we do get out earlier in the day, which is nice.
Yeah, well.
Instead of getting off at 6 or 7 o'clock at night, now we're getting off about 5, like normal time.
Yeah, well. I had rather you come in or come in, give me some more time with it. You'll get me some water. I'm finding that I'm drinking more water too.
That'll keep your disc
Keeps my
hydrated and more spongy. So it gives you a little more cushion in your back.
weird thing is I never really liked water, but now I actually like it. You know, how weird is that?
Did you know
No.
Frosty is really a snowman?
Huh?
It says on his little icon, it says, "Did you know?" Interesting fact: frostbite is actually a snowman.
Oh, did you know Frosty is silly? Hey, Ollie. Good morning. Good morning, Sterling. About time.
Let's try this. Can you guys hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
Okay.
You were just talking to yourself the whole time.
Well, it was like I was saying hi to everybody, and I was like, why in the world are they not responding?
Yeah.
Like there might be a reason.
No audio.
How are you two this morning?
Waking up. Brain doesn't want to wake up.
No,
I've
I've
been
been up since
4:30.
3:30.
Wow, well, you beat me this morning.
Ah,
I had to take my wife. She's having surgery today, so we had to get her there, get
She's
her
having
all
surgery.
checked in. Yeah, they're doing some. She had an issue with the center muscle where the fat comes together, and like the intestine was sticking to it. So
oh,
they
so
have
she
to
has
go through,
deep
remove that
adhesion.
sac, put a sheathing in, and then stitch that all together. So she'll be in surgery for 4 or 5 hours, and then she'll be there for a couple days.
Oh my gosh. Well, you
Wow.
guys
So
will have to put her on our prayer list for sure.
I would appreciate that. She's a little freaked out. We've watched the procedure, we've seen it, so we know it's it's really good. Really, not too many issues there, but it's still one of those.
You know what, Frosty? Any surgery is not good.
Well, and I was talking to her about this because she's really nervous yesterday. Like she was like, "I'm going to pull the plug. I'm not going to go." Like, we got to get this done.
Yeah.
Um, but it's like, well, what's weird is that, like, when I had my eye surgeries,
Uh-huh.
I was freaked out because it's like, well, what happens if it goes wrong? What happens if it goes wrong? What happens if it goes wrong? And
That's
then I
what
got there.
everybody thinks. Yeah.
Yep. And the doctor was like, I've done this for 15 years and I've had one surgery go bad. He's like, so I have a pretty good success rate. But when I had my cardiac event, 8 years ago, I went into that and had 0 issue. I was excited to see what was going on. I was wanting to watch the screen, and that was the more dangerous one.
Yeah.
And so I was talking to her and I told her, I said, "Look, a lot of this is just us getting inside our head. Let's talk
Yep.
about the facts. Let's talk about what's happening. We both work in the medical field. Let's break it down." And she kind of looked at me and she's like, "Yeah, we both know what's going on." So this morning she was calm, she was mellow. We knew exactly what was going on. We walked through the process. We laughed until she cried, because she works in sterile processing. So we talked about, all the things that could go wrong, and we were doing it in a joking fashion and just
Mhm.
laughing until we both were just in tears. And then they took her back, and then the nurse was like, "You guys both work in the medical field, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it was like, "You guys I love to see this. It was so much fun. So I came home, I got some stuff I gotta get done, and then they said they'll call me, and I'll go back out, see how she's doing, and check up on her in a few hours.
Well, see, that's how we differ. I would kill David if he left the hospital and I was in surgery.
Well, they don't allow you to sit there. They
They
don't
don't have
have
waiting room for you?
not in the surgical facility. Nope, it's a drop off, you do the debrief, and then you leave. They don't allow people to sit there, they don't allow people to wait. If you wanna go sit in your car, you can go sit in your car, but you can't be in the room, you can't be in the surgical facility, you can't do any of that stuff. So, no, you can't even be in the facility.
I mean, you can't be in the building.
Not at all.
I would not have surgery there.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
you realize if if David dropped you off and left and you died, you wouldn't really care.
you wouldn't know. Well,
Thanks a
the
lot,
thing with
Ringmaster Ray.
It could
yeah,
be a
yeah,
matter of eternity.
the thing with this is, they're really prone because you're talking about open intestinal tract, and they do a lot of different surgeries there.
Yeah.
So they have to keep all variables very well controlled. So they just don't even allow it. Now you can sit in your car for 3 hours, 4 hours if you want to outside, but
Hmm.
you can't wait in the facility. They have security there. You walk in like I walked her into the front area. We did the check-in and everything, and then they're like, "Okay, have a good one. We'll contact you when she's coming out, and then you can come back." So, but they don't allow you to spend very much time in the rooms. It's like it's all about, surgery, recovery. They do their process and then they send you home. So,
Well, they're not. You know what? That's not acceptable to me because to me, they should be also concerned about the family. It doesn't sound like they are.
it
I
has
mean,
nothing to do
I,
with that, Ida. It has to do with,
Inf-
um, the
infection
type of a
control.
surgical infection, and they're just really staunch on making sure that the patient's taken care of, and ultimately, that's what it's about. Family is secondary when it comes to surgical
well, of
procedures and
course
things
they're
like
Yeah,
that.
secondary,
everybody
of
Yeah.
thinks.
course.
So,
But
but
nevertheless, I think that the family is important, and I think that they should care how the family feels about it.
yeah, so that's it, and Lola, that's exactly right. If it's outpatient surgery, it's a different story. Um, but I mean, if this was happening in a hospital instead of a surgical facility, it would be a little bit different story. But these are surgical suites. So like you go in, they perform, doctors have their OR, they go in, they perform their surgery, they put you in a facility, and then they transport you to the place that you're going to be at.
No,
So it's not a hospital, right? Totally different environment.
no, I know. I've had surgery in one of the surgical suites that is not associated with the hospital, but David was allowed to be there the entire time.
Yeah, well, is what it is. That's they don't allow it at this one. And
Yeah.
I'm fine with it because it's one of those things where I would much rather them control potential infection and stuff like that to ensure that she stays in a more sterile environment. It's more beneficial for her. Plus she's going to be out of it. She's not even going to know if I was there or not. So,
Yeah, well, believe
um,
me, I would know. I
you'd
mean,
be under anesthesia, but
yeah, I know.
yeah. And
I
then a lot of people don't agree with it, and it's fine. To each their own.
It's worse if you ask them to be there and they won't come. Lola, that would happen one time and that would be it. It never happened to me again. If somebody didn't care enough to be there, not gonna be there. Anyway, I don't want to get into discussion with that because I would get really I really that's kind of like politics. I really have my own issues with that. As
You're
you guys
passionate
all
about
know.
it. You're
Yeah,
passionate.
and Sterling, that's not entirely true. Um, Working in the medical field for all the years that I have, you have lots of areas with ventilation and things of that nature. the entire hospital is connected no matter what anybody says. So when you're in a facility, unless you have separate units, um, you really have to understand ventilation and things like that. So if you have a breakdown in that, and you have somebody come in, with COVID or whatnot. So no, they're absolutely connected, and this is why they do what they do. So I understand a lot of people don't like it. That's fine. This is the
Good
process and
morning,
the
and
procedures of
Steve.
the place that they're
Well,
doing it.
yeah,
But
you do what you got to do, and
yeah,
you're right, Steve. I probably would too, but like I say, I wouldn't be in that. I wouldn't be there, so no big deal. So anyway, so back to the people having to deal with Helena. I think that is so sad. All of the hurricane victims. My question is, where are they staying? Where are they sleeping at night?
Well,
Where are they, that's
well, FEMA will usually put them in a school. They'll have to transport them out somewhere to a place that didn't get hit, and usually put them in the schools or something like that.
well, I don't think FEMA's doing their job, right? I don't think they have the money.
Well, yeah, because they
Um,
spent all of that.
they spend all of our money on those immigrants, but you know, I don't think, and when you listen to a lot of the people that live out there, it's like, where are they to help us? Where's the government now? Well, wait a minute. They're busy stamping out credit cards for immigrants. I mean, it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking to me, those people. But you got so many good people helping, trying to help. Even Dolly Parton. But I don't, I don't know. I, I, I could I'm real passionate about politics, as y'all all know. If you see my Facebook, I always have something smart I like to say. Well, Joe, the Red Cross may help out, but what I'm saying is that most, I mean, the people that I saw interviewed, they're going, where are the people? We need this, we need that. Nobody's here to help us. Yeah, I understand that, Stephen. I agree with that 100%. Um, I don't donate to the Red Cross because of that.
yeah, I quit donating to the Red Cross years ago when I found out that only about 60% of the money actually ends up going to the rest of the stuff. The stuff goes into administrative pockets.
See, I don't think it's even that. I don't think I think it's more than that go to the administrator. I think it's more like what Steve is saying. Vote for a change. You're right, Jim. You are 100% right. That's all we can do. It's like that. Whoa. What was that? Was that?
Uh, Notification on my computer
Oh,
closing it. There we go.
oh! I tried the fingernail thing to make them look like.
Paulus.
That ain't happening. I tried to make them look like little candy, and I said no. They are so bad that I'm gonna wait and let Mystic do them. I gotta cut. They're getting so long. It's irritating, but they need to be long to be candy corn. So I'll wait until I see Mystic and let her paint them for me. So anyway, I have a question for you guys. Probably you guys that travel. Um, do you like what kind of suitcases do you like? Do you like the hard side or the soft side? I mean,
I would prefer the hard sides because usually they have the wheels and everything like really nice, so you don't have to like have to carry them. They
yeah,
roll.
yeah. Well, they have the other kind that soft side like that too. But I'm just curious what people think. Good morning, Papa York. I have got to get me my suitcases are falling apart. Use a duffel bag that has wheels. Interesting. But and then the other thing, are they created equal or are they not created equal? Because I know that some of them are approved by the airlines, some of them aren't, and I don't know. I've been looking. I just haven't seen anything that.
Well, if they are approved by the airlines will change their rules so that they're not approved, so they can charge you more anyway. So that's the game that they play.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
It doesn't cost them any more whatsoever to have your luggage on there. They just do it so it's an extra fee, so they can make more money that way.
Yeah, I agree. Well, anyway, I've got to get some new luggage, and I just don't know what kind to get. And it has an extended head. Well, that's good. But anyway, I'm thinking about getting. See, you can get like three or four of them, different sizes for like $150. So I don't know. I'm just toying between the two. It doesn't have all the pockets in it that the other kind do. Paper bags for you, huh?
Well, that's how Joe travels anywhere. He gets those grocery store paper bags, and that's how he travels.
Uh, well, the one I have now, I like it. Rolls real good. It's got those kind of wheels on it, but it's too little. And then I've got one that's huge. It's too big. So I want one that's lightweight, but yet that is big enough. I think I need one that's probably, I don't know, maybe 28 inches tall, something like that. I don't know if they make them that big. I don't know if I know what I'm talking about. How big is 28 inches?
Just a
Yeah,
little over 2 feet.
that's about right. I'm looking at my measuring tape. Copper Al, good morning. Oh, this says no, not equal.
I gotta wake my son up so I can get to school too. Be right back.
Oh, okay, Robert. I will do that. I will certainly check with them. But anyway, I'm looking at luggage that I can handle. It's not. I mean, it has a lot of room. But I think it's. I don't know. I don't know, but probably if it doesn't have extra compartments, it's probably a bigger area. I don't know. Get one that fits in overhead compartment so you can keep it with you. I'm not going to be flying, I hope. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, I guess I better get ready for trivia. Let me get spinner.
About that time.
What? What? What are you saying, Joe?
Joe don't know diddly.
Joe, are you not knowing diddly?
Just like the old
There.
commercials. We don't know diddly.
All right, let me get my
Morning, Papa
thing
York.
out of it. All right. I have the card. Now I can't see the card. I can't. Now, can y'all see the card?
Yep.
Okay. Now let me get the trivia. Hey, Victoria. Good morning.
Good morning, Ida.
Morning,
Good
Victoria. Hey,
Oh, wait a minute.
Victoria. Good morning.
I
Good
got it.
morning, Victoria.
Good morning, Ringmaster Ray. Good morning, Frostbite.
Good day.
Good day. Good day.
Good day.
All right. Here we go. First question. Y'all ready? Charles, you ready? Everybody make sure you're refreshed on live chat, which I am not.
I need to refresh my
There we
coffee.
go. And
I need to too. Fresh my coffee.
Ray
you need
wants to dance.
Okay.
He needs to refresh his tutu.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, AZ. Good morning, Inkman.
Oh my goodness.
Lola. Everybody in chat, Sloppy Stacks, Charles, everybody. Sterling, good morning.
All right. First question, guys. What newspaper did Amazon.com founder Jeff Bezos purchase
Bezos.
for $250 million?
I don't know that one.
You don't know that one? You mean I finally found one you didn't know?
Maybe he purchased Playboy or something.
Could be. Oh, y'all know Paula's a big deal now with Kaneka.
Kaneka.
I thought it was well, okay, Kaneka.
Yeah, I just posted her card on my community tab.
Yeah, me too. I did a community tab, but I shared it. Okay, stop us in. Let me spin the wheel. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Answer is Washington Post. Number 1.
That's me.
Frostbite.
Very nice.
You know what to do.
Let's do number 5. That's your favorite number, right, Ida?
Depends on what I'm doing, yeah. Yep, I like number 5.
5 and 9. 5 and 9.
5 and 9, that's it. All right, what band recorded New Divide for the film Transformers Revenge of the Fallen? What band recorded New Divide for the film Transformers Revenge of the Fallen?
Bifrost loves this group. No, I spelled it wrong though.
No, we don't care.
It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. What up, Bob? Pistols and pay dirt. Good day, sir.
Hello, Bob. Good morning.
You ever seen that movie?
Bob.
What About Bob?
What about Bob?
I love that movie.
Oh,
If you've never seen it, you got to go watch it. That's an amazing movie.
okay, stoppage. And the answer is Lincoln Park.
It stops
And
with one thing. We don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try.
The wheel goes round and round.
number 15, Lincoln Park. We don't care how you spell it, so
Silverman.
Silverman 92.
yep. Hey, Silverman, you know what to do. I know, Bob. Isn't that sad?
Number 3, please. Yeah, Eric didn't show up to the stream on Saturday because he was doing hurricane housing prep.
I feel for him.
Yeah, all we got to do is pray that that thing doesn't take a northerly trajectory, because if it does, it goes up that coast, we're going to have some major problems.
Oh,
Because
you're right about that.
They're talking about that storm being a massive rain producer. So
Oh,
hopefully
man.
it's
Gotcha.
yep. Number 3.
With everything already being saturated.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
know.
fact, Robert Pintoff.
All right, next question. Who is Dora the Explorer's best friend? Dry ice will make it turn 90 degrees. What? Sterling, have you lost your mind?
Well, guys, I got to get to work.
Yeah,
All right, Ray, have a good day.
Thanks for coming up, Ray.
You're welcome. Love you guys.
Love you. Have a good day. All right, stop this in. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. The answer is boots.
Yeah, Steve said it's impossible to go north due to the front, but again, stranger things have happened. So
16. Steve said what? What did you
all
say,
things
Steve?
silver.
that's who I get. ATS.
ATS. What did you say about?
Oh, he just said that it's impossible for the storm to go north due to the front. I'm like, but stranger things have happened. You see massive changes in a day, so that front could all of a sudden break down.
What do you mean do something important, Bob? Are we important?
Impotent.
You have a great day. 4 for St. Jude's. There's a bug in here. It's a flying bug, like a stinging one. Number 4. ATS for St. Jude. Right. Where's that pin go? I want it to sting me. All right. Next question. In 2002, what Brazilian soccer star was named the FIFA World Player of the Year for the third time? You guys, how do you know all this stuff? You guys just naturally smart.
Sterling says, who cares?
Oh, Sterling.
About 40% of the world. Stop is in.
All right. Shuffle.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is correct.
Number one. Lucky,
Frostbite.
lucky.
Frostbite, they're going to be saying that's unfair advantage.
I think that's the most I've ever seen one appear.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. All right. Next question. Let me get another card. That one's all used up. And we have that one. In season 8 of The Friends, Rachel has a baby girl. Who is the father? Another really who cares. Well, can't do anything about that, Sterling. Come on. Give me a break. All right.
Sterling, are you in a bad mood this morning?
Getting Victoria. Answers Ross in 15.
Sloppy.
That's who I got.
Jumped. I'm not going to go back and count it. Give it to Sloppy. Okay, Sloppy. You know what to do.
Oh, I never chose a number, did I?
You didn't?
Not for
No.
the second one.
Let's do number 9.
I didn't give you number. I didn't give you that, did I?
Nope. I just looked at the card and I was like, I'm missing my second one.
Yeah. Okay, so
First available for Sloppy.
be number 1.
Good morning, Jack Gallman.
Hey, Jack, how you doing, bud? He got his power back.
Yay!
Yeah, that was good news. He let us know on Sunday morning.
Good, good, good. So happy to hear that. Oh my goodness.
Hope your mom's doing well, Eric.
Oh, you guys are awesome. All right, next question. What was the crocodile hunter who was stung by the stingray and passed away after that? What was his first name?
You know what I miss about him?
What?
Crikey.
What?
Uh, him and when he broke up the kookaburra fight in the zoo, that made me laugh. That was hilarious too.
Well, it's a shame that someone that young lost his life over that. That's a shame.
Well, his son's doing a bang up job too. His son's quite, he's taken the mantle up and done a lot of great stuff. So,
Steve is the answer. Number 18.
just cycled. Hold on. Sterling?
Yep, that's who I get. Sterling. You want number 7?
Oh, I got Steve Lapointe that time. Yeah, Steve.
Y'all got Steve. I got Sterling. Let me recount.
I just refreshed. I got Sterling the first time and then refreshed, and I got Steve the second time.
I've got Steve Lapointe.
Yeah, I got Steve that time. Oh, sorry, Sterling. Okay, Steve, what number do you want?
And Sterling, why don't you come up here and help?
Yeah.
You can tell us
Yeah,
about the weekend.
the first time I didn't count my Steven.
Steve, number 4 is not available. You can have 2, 6, 8, or 0. Jack is so happy to see you and so happy you have electricity. Eight. Okay. You can have 8 or 7, either one. You wanted 8. Okay. All right. Next question. I'm getting the question out. What sitcom starring the Connor family was rebooted in 2018? What was the name of that sitcom? 2, 6, 7, and 0 are available on the card. The answer is Roseanne. Number 10.
ATS.
ATS.
ATS, you know what to do.
You know what ATS will do.
ATS.
Zero, St. Jude.
ATS. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, next question. By what name is Tartar Sauce, a cat from Morristown, Arizona, better known as? Well, I don't know now. I might put the card away, but it did say Roseanne on it. Now, this was a question. It said, what sitcom starring the Connor family was rebooted in 2018? Might have been rebooted and renamed, but it didn't
Yeah,
say
it was
that.
rebooted and renamed The Connors, but it was the remake of Roseanne.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Sterling. All right.
Stop is in.
Good morning, Sterling.
Good morning, Frosty.
Good
Good.
morning, Sterling. Hey, Kane.
Number 3. The answer is Grumpy Cat.
Ringmaster Ray.
Ringmaster Ray.
RMR. You may have 2, 6, or 7.
What's up, Frank?
Puppy York, Wendy.
Good morning, Frank Mullins.
Frank Mons, good morning.
Frank, good morning.
First available for Ray.
Good morning, Wendy.
Number 2, Ray. All right. I love you guys.
Good morning, Charles. Good morning, Papa York. Kane's Coins, Wendy. Joe McBride. I think I got him last time. Shift Kicker, good morning.
All right. Name both of Adam's parents on the Goldbergs' name.
Adam had no parents. He was the first man.
Ha ha ha.
I copied.
Oh, well.
Frostbite.
Copying is allowed.
I hope it's right. I think it's right.
It kind of has some memory ding on me as well, but
I don't know that I spelled his name right, but
I didn't spell it right.
yeah, it might be a double R Murray.
yeah. And it might be an A, but anyway.
Well,
Stop
it's
is
Beverly
in.
and Murray is the answer.
Not Murray and Beverly?
No.
Oh, we're all wrong then. No, DTS has it that
Oh, so
in your
close.
proper order.
Number
does
4.
VRC.
Wait,
Yep.
No,
Victoria?
not
I
the
think
correct.
it's
The
Victoria.
third correct, or fourth correct answer.
Well, yours is like mine. It's backwards, but we'll browbeat Ida into accepting it.
Yeah. You want 6 or 7?
Are you giving it to me?
Yeah, it's yours.
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay. 6.
I think Jude gets the last one. All righty. Let's check out the card, y'all.
Good luck.
Checking out the card. Checking out the card.
Gotcha, Welchco. Just by a hair, but I gotcha.
That was close.
Do you guys like the cards or do y'all think they're silly?
They're good.
That's a fun part of it. And I kind
All
of
right,
like
so
the
here's a trivia.
medal that Welchco and I have.
Here's a
That's
trivia
lot of fun.
question. What Ida's doing right now? What movie does that remind you of?
This right here?
Yep.
Titanic.
Not
Tornado?
Titanic.
What?
Right actor.
They play with the spinner on the deck on Titanic.
Yeah.
But it's the kind that you have a string on it and you pull the string.
I don't know.
Same actor as it was in Titanic.
I can't stand that kid.
Leonardo.
Yeah.
Oh, card. Okay. Card's in. Hang on. I mean, the stop's in. All right. Here we go. Number 2.
Not me.
Not on 1. Not on 2. Not on 3. Not on 4. Not on 5. Not on 6. Not on 7. Not on 8. It's number 9. Frosty is 2 and 9.
Yay.
No match.
I don't see a 2 and 9.
There is no match.
No match. Congratulations, Frosty.
Thank you.
You get in the car in the thingy. Alrighty. Congrats. Okay. What did I do wrong here? No. There.
So nobody said it, but the movie was Inception.
Oh, I didn't see that either.
Yep.
Okay. Next
I
question.
do remember seeing commercials for that movie. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Spun the top to see if he was in his right reality or if he was in the dream state.
Are we always in a dream state?
I dream about my state.
What company created the video game series The Legend of Zelda?
This will be a copy for me. I know there's game players out there, so people know.
Yep. Played that game. My goal was to play it all the way through and beat it in one sitting. I was never able to do it.
I never played the game.
When do y'all have time to play?
Oh, I was younger.
Oh.
Yeah, when I was about 17, I was working for the Parks Department and stepped in a hole and blew my knee out and was laid up with a uh, cast and what do they call that? Leg brace for like 3 weeks. That's all I did.
Number 6, Nintendo.
Would be Michael Schleiss.
Hey, Mike. Good morning.
I got VRC again.
Uh-oh. Let me go back and count. Number 6.
You are correct. It is Victoria.
There's a whole bunch of us with 2.
It is Victoria. Victoria. When she gets quiet, we know it's her. Morning, Angel.
Good morning, Angel.
Good morning, Angel.
Good day.
It's coming down the stretch, and we'll see who gets it. All right. I say that all the time, but that's probably stupid, so I won't do that again. Or I might.
Bradley, good morning.
Good morning, Bradley.
Bradley always comes in for the last question or two. No matter whether we're fast or slow, he comes in for the last question or two.
All right. I'm looking, guys. Hang on.
Good morning, EMR Coins.
What late night talk show has celebrities reading mean tweets? I think we had that.
Are they all by the same author?
No, it's like you'll have a star and they read the nasty things people put on their Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Some of them are hilarious. Other ones are only funny because they add the laugh track.
I read them from when they're put out. You know, I love his mean tweets.
All right.
Because they usually point out some truth.
That's true.
I don't think Johnny Carson ever did that.
Oh, Johnny Carson had the great what was his name?
Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah.
What is his name? Karnak. Yeah, Karnak the Magnificent or whatever that was.
Yeah. Number 19.
And Ed always greeted him with a curse. Or he greeted Ed with a curse. Like,
Jim
may
Shank.
the fleas of 1,000 camels infest your underwear drawer.
Frank says Carson was around before the internet.
Yeah, that's
Jim
true.
Shank.
Jim. Oh, Jack, that's sweet. Jack says, I would like to say thank you to everyone that's been able to help me and everyone's prayers. Much love and respect.
Now,
anytime, Jack.
More than welcome, Jack.
That's what we do. We're the best of the best, and we help the best of the best when we can.
Not only that, but again, and I said this both Saturday and Sunday, thanks for giving us a real report of what's happening in the area instead of having to rely on media.
Absolutely.
Jack, I mean, I know there's not a whole lot that I can personally do, but I have this connection that Ida talks about every once in a while. It's a wireless connection to somebody who can do anything.
That's right. And we got you there for sure. Um, we'll talk about that in a minute because I want to ask you some questions. Anyway, let's go back to this. Who takes credit for giving us the internet? Or I should say, who gets credit for giving us the internet?
No, he took credit.
He took credit. That was right. Yeah. There were a lot of people that kind of stopped when he said that. It was like,
No, because it was DARPA that gave us the internet. I like Welch Coast. I've used that answer a few times.
What did he say?
Al Gore's or rhythm. Algorithm.
How does he have anything to do with it?
he was actually part of the scientific team that like discussed it, but that was it.
But it was DARPA.
What was that
Yeah.
guy's name? Surf. I'm trying to think of there were two scientists and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Number 12.
DTS?
BTS.
I didn't even have to tell y'all who it was, did I?
I can't remember that guy's name. I'll remember it eventually.
You are correct on that, Welchco. They created Bitcoin as well.
Okay, who does Johnny Depp play in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie? Or is that Caribbean?
Caribbean. But
Depends on-
it doesn't matter.
What is it? I mean, which is correct? I mean,
They're both
it-
correct.
yeah, well,
The Caribbean or the Caribbean?
yeah.
It just
Like
depends on where you're
caramel
from.
or
Caramel or
what is it?
caramel
Caramel or caramel?
or aluminum or aluminium.
No, aluminum. That's
Cannabis or
Aluminium.
hemp.
If you are a captain, where is your vessel?
At the bottom of the sea.
Under
pecan.
the
That's
sea.
right, pecan.
Yeah, pecan.
Ketchup and catsup.
Ketchup
All
and
right.
cat's turds.
Potato,
Mustard
potato,
and mouse turds.
tomato, tomato.
A lot of stuff like
Potato,
that is
potato.
there. And number 1.
DTS for the win, I think.
No, DTS only has 1.
Well, DTS
that's
is
good.
number 1.
Okay.
Now he's got 2.
Okay. What country is Steve Nash from?
I know where Graham Nash is from. I don't know who Steve
This
Nash
guy
is.
was named NBA's MVP.
But Graham Nash is from England.
Yeah, well.
But I've been to Canada before. That's the only foreign country I've ever been to, except for maybe Ohio.
I've been there too.
Stop is in.
All right, hang on, I'm busy.
You're busy.
I'm busy. I'm doing something. See, there you go. Okay, stop is in. Spin, 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 spin. Canada is the answer.
Canada.
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 They're Canadians, so the name of the country has to be Canada.
Number 6.
That's me.
Sterling.
Sterling. Okay.
I'll take number 11, please.
Yeah, okay. You got it.
Lola, Ohio is a very special place. My granddaughter lives there.
Who ended his talk show with, "Till next time, take care of yourself and each other"?
This is a copy for me.
Yeah, me too. I have an idea, but I don't know if it's him.
I have an idea too, but it goes back to the 1960s, so I'm sure it's not right.
Is that good, Jack? I don't know anything about blood sugar. Is that good?
I like Frank Monz's answer.
What did Frank say?
Mr. Rogers.
Oh. All right. Answer is Jerry Springer.
I had mine. My guess, and I think it might have been true, was Art Linkletter.
Number 4.
It was Lester Holt, but Jerry Springer said it first.
Oh, well. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. That is so right, Miss Queen Crew.
I've got Steve LaPointe for number 4.
That's who I get for number 4.
Okay, Steve. All right, next question. Where were the last 2 seasons of Baywatch set?
On the beach?
How fun would that be? Angel, thank you again for taking the show the 11th and 14th. On my couch. Oh my goodness.
That would have been a very busy couch.
I am so
the,
happy.
the answer that I put in, I have a problem with because there are dozens of famous beaches in Hawaii. And it should be a particular beach.
Well, it doesn't say that on here. It just says Hawaii.
Yeah, I went to Waimea one time when I was in Hawaii. The famous
19.
surfing beach. The famous surfing beach. The water was flat.
19.
Talk about a disappointment.
AZ Coins.
Yep, the very last one.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow. Congratulations, AZ. All right. Bruno Mars won the Grammy for Album of the Year in 2018. What was the name of his album?
Well, this will be a copy. I know his name. I know he's popular. I've never heard any of it.
Bruno Mars. He won the Grammy for Album of the Year in 2018. What was the name of the album? Oops.
Well, you guys gave me lots of choices to choose from, but I like gold the best, so I copied that answer.
We'll let you.
Frank can't copy. Oh no. Stop is in 24K magic.
Ooh, I copied the right one.
$18. I don't think we have 18.
You've got 15.
Yeah. Spin it again, see what happens.
It likes that 18.
Number 9.
And you still only have 15.
AZ coins.
2 in a row, AZ.
Yep, AZ coins.
What is Hillary Clinton's maiden name?
All right, so number 9 is all things silver.
Uh-oh. We got to recount the other one. Number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jim, you got that right.
I get AZ coins again.
8. Yeah, I still get AZ coins. Okay.
You got to get me up above the other two. Stop is in.
Okay. All right. Shuffle. Rodham is her last name.
Rotten.
Number 9 again.
DTS.
DTS for the win.
Congrats.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I get Mike Slice.
Yeah, I got Mike Slice too. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope. I get DTS. Okay. Starting with Lola. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I get DTS for the win. Congratulations, DTS.
Congratulations, DTS. Mike, I think you might have counted rotten like I did.
Yeah. DTS is now in the box. All right, and we have a winner today.
No, Frank, you won fun.
That's right. That is so right.
You get the participation award. Fun.
Okay, well, that was fun. And we finished before 8:30. Whoa. What happened to that?
8:30. I've got 6 minutes to 9.
I know. I said we finished before 8:30.
I got 24 minutes after 8:30.
It's been taking us a while. All right.
Absolutely, Frank. You got a bag full of prizes there. Disappointment and fun.
Okay, Jack Gallman, are you still in here? I want to ask you a question. Are you still in here?
I haven't seen him for a second, but yeah, he's listening. It's a cool 63 degrees in Marion.
Okay, Jack, I have a question for you. With all this going on, all the flooding and everything, are you having trouble getting supplies, money? What is the big thing for you right now? Is it money for gas and stuff because you can't get to your bank? I mean, I don't understand. I don't know what the big thing is right now for you, what the big issue is.
Probably getting food.
Well, now that the power's up, they don't have to worry about running his generator all the time, so the fuel thing's not as much of an issue.
Yeah. Oh, they are. They're imploding the Tropicana.
But there's so many roads that are out.
All the water is
I
gone.
saw a clip yesterday that showed all of the roads that are out in Western North Carolina. And it's like,
Yeah.
you can't get from here to there if there is a quarter mile away.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that the water's gone, but I'm still trying to find out if you have any issues that we need to take care of, anything that we can do to help you. Gas stations are crazy.
I got a question for you, Jack. Is mail getting delivered?
Oh, I couldn't imagine mail being delivered with all the roads
I
and
don't
stuff
think it
being
would
out.
be either, but
Yeah.
if it is, that would be a way that people could help.
Okay, so I guess I'm trying to
Let's just
find out,
say
Jack,
good
if there's
morning.
anything, would money help? Would I mean, I don't know what we can do to help you. You have food and gas. Okay.
So he can stay warm and his belly can be full.
All right. So you're good then. I I feel so sorry for the people that have had to go through that and what they need and what they, because there's no way you can replace all the stuff that they've lost. But
Yeah.
what we can do to
Was
help.
your home damaged?
The cleanup is the issue while trying to get back to work on schedule. Yeah. Well,
So, according to the Postal Service, 30 sites continue to attempt delivering mail when safe to do so, but have suffered local condition issues. Arden, Asheville, Bakersville, Black Mountain, Birdville, Burnsville, Chandler, Clyde, Columbus, Marion, Mars Hill, Old Fort, Saluda, Sapphire. So a majority of these areas are not delivering mail in many areas because they can't get through. There's 5 areas where all facilities are shut down, considering due to road closures and current conditions. Bartlesville, Cedar Mountain, Hot Springs, Rosamond, and Swawanawana. So those areas, the postal service isn't even running in those areas because of road closures. So they're just closed.
Well,
so
Jack,
Jack,
if we can do things to help you, you could help the people off around you that are worse off than you.
Jack is. I mean, I know you have road closures, just like what Frosty's talking about and stuff. But is there?
He's getting mail. We could mail stuff to him.
Yeah, but I mean, you have internet. You can get around, like you can get to your bank, you can get to the grocery store, that type thing.
He could help out people around him if we could get things to him.
what do the people? I mean, what? I don't even know what to ask.
Cash
Water's
might be
prob-
the easiest thing.
drop shipping water would probably be really good if you could do
Yes, it would.
that. So you could drop ship. If we could get Jack's address, you could go into Amazon, order cases of water, and have them sent. Then he could be able to provide. You could do gallon jugs and things of that nature.
Jack's credit union is gone.
Okay, so Jack, do you need cash? Would cash help you?
Businesses and stuff will be able to accept cash easier than they might be able to accept credit, depending on how.
So I'm going to issue a warning real quick. I would not be sending cash in the mail this time.
Well,
There
no,
with,
I'm not even.
but I
thinking.
would not be sending cash through the mail this time. Okay. Number one, this is a monitored live stream. Number two, there's known issues at the post office. That's the likelihood of potential loss or things of that nature. People know that people are going to be sending aid. Sending cash in the mail right now is not a good idea. You're better off drop shipping items or services or supplies to him, because they're, number one, they'll be guaranteed. You'll make sure that you can sign for delivery, things of that nature. So making sure, because the one thing that he said in this is that he's suffering from water. So if he's out of water, then other people in that local area might be. So
Well,
drop shipping water. I would strongly urge
when at
against
work.
sending cash.
Okay, it says his job has water, so he's okay there. I don't like Jack. We're not asking you to ask for anything. We're volunteering to help. Just tell us what we can do. It has nothing to do with asking for anything. Okay, we just need to know what we can do, because we want to do something.
You're part of the family, Jack.
That's right. So get over this and just tell us what we can do to help.
People have been dropping off water.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So I think again, it's never advised in a situation where there's a lot of people needing aid. Money is going to be something people try to default to it, and it's a huge potential risk. So I would really advise against sending any cash in the mail.
Are you getting? He's getting mail though, right? So we could order something. We could order
a case of beanie weenies.
Vienna weenie. There you go.
I am going back to work tonight. All right.
Get him
Well,
a case.
Jack, if there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to let us know, because that's what we do. That's what we want to do. We want to help you. So don't ever hesitate. That's why we're the best of the best coin community. Bradley, that's what I wanted to know. If we could send him
his credit union is gone.
Well, but here's the thing, Sterling. So the credit union building might be, but I'm pretty sure it's probably not an isolated single standalone credit union, and I'm sure they have systems that have backup. Jack, do you have any access to money? The credit union being gone, you should still have access to money. Very few minor credit unions that are standalone. There's got to be a couple of them spread throughout that are not affected that will probably be able to handle the business. So
But can you get the money that if we send it to you via PayPal?
Well, he does have internet, so he can go into PayPal or whatever and transfer it to his accounts.
what's up, Ashes?
Ashes, good morning. How are you
Yeah.
hanging there, Ashes? You're kind of in the heart of it too.
My job has canned for anyone that needs.
Yeah, see, there we go. He has access to his money. So again, just because the building got washed out. Yeah. So the other thing is, and I don't know if you guys understand how this works. credit unions, Muscle Shell's right. They have what they call the star system, right? So credit unions in times like this can act as a surrogate for another credit union. So you can utilize and bank through a local credit union that's still standing, and they will do business transactions and all that other stuff for you. So you're able to conduct business through another branch, and they will do that. You just give them the information, you'll go through, you'll use their deposit slips and everything else, and they will actually take care of you. So getting money as with a credit union, it's not like a standalone bank back in the days of old. You can access money, you can have access to those things. You
As
can
long
work
as
with
they have
local lenders.
shared branching.
Yeah. Well, and 95% of them will. Very few credit unions don't. And that's basically set up by the rules in according with FDIC. So you'll see there are a few that don't do that, but very, very, very few. However, there are things like Zelle, like certain credit unions will not accept Zelle. They don't do it. Like my credit union absolutely forbids it. So
One of my credit unions will not take PayPal.
yeah, so you got it. That's what you have to be more careful with. You have to make sure that whatever source you're sending in is accepted by him, because that money may be able to sit there, but his financial institution may not be able to do it. Now, I know in listening to Jack and talking to him over Saturday and Sunday in the stream that PayPal has worked for him. So if we did it, you would have to either send it to him via PayPal or do what we were talking about and drop ship an item from like Amazon directly to his place of residence.
But we can send money through PayPal to him.
Yes, but I know his PayPal works, and he's able to do it that way. So that's the only reason that I say, yeah. See, I use my PayPal, so he can do that. The other thing that's really cool about PayPal or Cash App, PayPal's better than Cash App. Cash App's been funky lately. Is that if you have the tap system, you can set your PayPal up on your phone, and you can tap through Amazon or tap through PayPal. So you can actually do that. I do it all the time when I send my postal stuff off. So if you have places like the grocery store, he's got to get fuel or things like that, he should be able to pay through that with his tap device. But again, yeah. So
Okay.
Is this your first night back to work, Jack?
I'm sure it is, being that they only got power back yesterday.
Well, I'm glad that they are able to get up and running. That's
Yeah.
a blessing.
Yep.
I don't even know what they do, but every business is important.
Ashes said if Jack needs something delivered, he's only 2.5 hours north of him.
That's awesome, Ashes. Yeah, see, and this is where the community rocks. And again, we talked about this. I talked about this Saturday and Sunday. Get your information from the community. This is why it's important that we know people who live in our general areas. We know people how to get access, because if something happens in a certain area, we have other resources. So Ashes, that's awesome. I know there's other people in the area too, but this is how we can help people out, right? Because there are people who are fairly close. Yeah. The thing we have to be careful with is sending money. So let's say that Ashes was going to be the surrogate. If we ended up sending like $5,000, that's going to slam Ashes in his taxes. So we've got to be careful of sending money through a surrogate, because there's potential ramifications for that. So if you're going to route money outside of it directly to them, then you need to do so through an appropriate agency. You could do something like a nonprofit or things of that nature, but you got to be very careful when you're dealing with money, especially where you're dealing with potentially large sums of money.
But if you drop a case of food on Jack, he can share it with the people around him that need it, and it won't affect his tax.
Well, I don't know. I'm a believer that if you can send it PayPal, send it PayPal, because that way Jack can buy what he needs, whether it's to share with somebody else, whether it's to call to get on Amazon and have it shipped to Amazon, whatever it is. Hey, Muscle Shell. But what we
Again,
have to do is, do what we can. Most of the
so
stores are open. That's great, Jack.
so again, a fair warning, okay? When sending money in a situation like this, and I don't, it has zero issue to do with trust. It has to do with that's income for him. So you have to make sure a large amount of money. If we let's say we had 100 people and they all sent $100, that's money that he has to claim against taxes. And if he hasn't prepared for that or utilized or isolated that money, it could really bite him in the ass later on. So you really got to be careful. If you can drop ship items, there's less issue there. So again, if we find items like water, or you need batteries, or you need flashlights or candles or canned food, anything else for survival methods, somebody can purchase them, they can order them online and drop ship to that location. They are received, they can be stored and distributed accordingly, and they don't have to claim that against their taxes. If we send them money through PayPal, they're going to get a statement, and eventually, God forbid, PayPal sees all this money coming through, doesn't know what it's for, and they shut that account down, and he's not able to access that money anyway. So there's a
Well,
lot of things you
too
have to be
late.
careful with this.
Too late. I just got through sending money to Jack.
I'm just telling you, because
Yeah.
again, a lot of people out of kindness, because remember, all good things come to those who wait, but no good deed goes unpunished. And
Jack,
so
So
you
I,
have,
I think the message for Jack here is be sure to keep back a portion of that to cover any possible taxes you get hit with.
yeah. So again, there's a lot of stuff to consider. And
This
right
is
now,
me.
everybody wants to do something for good. That's great. But let's pull together as a community. Let's be smart about it. I know it's just easy to throw money out of an app. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to put him in a position later on where our kindness actually puts him in another pickle. So
Yeah.
I would much rather find a list of items that he needs, spend my money, pay for the shipping myself, and then all it is a delivery item. There's nothing for him to worry about. Anything? Yeah, it's exactly right. That's exactly right, Kevin. So again, you guys have to be really careful. And I know this community wants to help out, but a lot of people don't understand that there's a tax burden behind getting paid. It's even for friends and family, there's still a monetary value that goes along with it. So we really just need to be careful and make sure we don't put Jack in further harm's way down the road by trying to help him out. So
Bradley, I think you're right though. But Frosty isn't friends and family. He won't have to pay taxes, right?
That's
And
not true.
that's not true. If he
That's
gets
not true at all.
$50 in a year, he will get 1099.
Yep, and he'll have to pay the taxes on it. And here's the thing: if he doesn't pay the taxes, let's say that we get him $10,000, for instance, and he doesn't pay the taxes, the IRS is going to charge him 20 to 22% fine for not paying his taxes on time. So he's actually going to incur a penalty on all of his finances because he hasn't paid enough. So no, you got to be very careful. And I don't say this just to be a pain in the butt. I say this because I'm really looking out for Jack, and I want to make sure that the kindness of the community doesn't kick him in the ass later. Because there's a lot of people who've had money sent to them for surgeries and stuff, and then been screwed, and then they end up in a really bad place later on.
Bradley, your comment is correct, but it's missing something. It's an accumulation over the year of $600, not just an individual donation.
Yeah. So there, you've got to be very careful with this. And again, it's one of those where I will do whatever I need to. If I need to send a pallet of water, I will send a pallet of water to Jack. No big deal. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to incur the shipping, and I'm just going to drop ship it. There's no fee, there's no fine, there's no donation requirement, there's nothing for Jack to claim on a pallet of water. And so 0 issues. I can send him 10 cases of batteries and there's nothing that he has to claim or file. So I would really look at those issues first and use the money, the Cash App stuff. Now, it was a different story when he was having to pay for fuel, right? But a lot of people already sent his money for fuel. But now that the power's on, he's got to watch, because I don't know what his income was on what people sent him for fuel. So you do have to be careful. Now, there are other things. Yeah, so that's exactly right. With the friends and family versus the goods and services, it's just the fees that are associated with that. But again, I have a pallet of water outside of my house right now. See, awesome. So again, I don't mean to poo-poo this situation. I just really, folks, I'm here to protect Jack, right? And make sure that later on he doesn't get incurred with something. So yeah.
I would say maybe find out where the distribution center that's helping everybody to pick up stuff to send it there.
Yeah.
But
Well, and
FEMA's not doing a good job of that, from what I understand.
That's pretty much what I understand, Sterling.
So the thing with FEMA, and I'm not going to get into the political of this, FEMA has enough to take care of this storm. The problem, what they're worried about, is if that storm hits Florida, they don't have enough to survive the entire season. FEMA has enough to take care of what's happening in North Carolina right now. They don't have enough to have 1 or 2 more hurricanes.
But there's so many people that FEMA has not contacted or done anything to help us in North Carolina.
Or turned civilians away from helping, telling truckers they can't go in, and telling people in helicopters that they can't go in.
Yeah, Sloppy, and that's the thing that I'm really concerned with, because PayPal and Cash App have been monitoring that. When massive amounts of money start to float into an account, they have shut people down, even legitimate businesses, because it doesn't come across as so-and-so, right? So you've got to be very careful, especially when donating money. We've seen this happen. I'm not going to drop the person's name. We had a family that the community was trying to help out, and a fairly good amount of money went through and PayPal locked it up. They didn't allow that. They had to actually go through and show what it was for. So I'm very leery about that, because that was $3,000 or $4,000 that the family wasn't able to get, that the community raised for them, because PayPal shut that down. So I want you guys to be very leery when doing this. Yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah, community comes together, but there are potential problems with doing that. So be very careful about that.
Well, we can only do what we can do.
True, Angel. If you know a church in a particular area that is running a distribution,
yeah,
and you can drop ship straight to that church, that's a good idea.
That's what I was thinking, because the people like in the specific areas would be more helpful than trying to go to like the big guy.
I saw a video on a church where the church actually got wiped out, but they had an auxiliary building that was still standing, and they were using the auxiliary building as a distribution point, and people were drop shipping stuff into them.
Ashes is in the basement, Ida.
You might want to keep him there, y'all. What do you think?
No.
I want to read something to you guys. I know there's a lot of people who are like, well, I don't know that that's necessarily true, Frosty. So I'm going to read this to you. And it's something that I need you guys to understand. Starting today, okay, October 7th, PayPal has disabled the ability to create fundraisers. All current fundraisers will remain open until they expire, but you have to move any funds from your fundraiser to your PayPal balance no later than 12 January 2025. If you do not move so, we will move any funds to your PayPal balance on January 13th. If you've created a fundraiser or charity outside of this, keep in mind that any contributors to your charity may be blocked and removed may be blocked or removed. This information will no longer be available after January 12th, 2025. You'll be able to continue to track contributor information on fundraisers that already exist in this account. The PayPal activity terms and conditions will be removed from our legal assessment PayPal pages on January 13th, 2025. So, folks, I'm telling you this because they've released a published information indicating that PayPal is cracking down on this. People are utilizing this for nefarious purposes. PayPal understands this, and they're shutting it down. If you want to go see that, go check out. Type in PayPal Legal Hub fundraisers, and it'll list all the information. Talk about what's happening, what's there, what they plan to do, how they plan on shutting people down. The fact that they've already done this, we've seen this once or twice already in the last couple months in the community. We've seen cash apps that have been shut down for the same purpose. So again, folks, you guys know me. I do research all the time. This is what I do, right? I give you guys solid information. I'm not going to feed you guys a line of BS just because I want to sound smart. I will. Here, let me do this. Matter of fact, here.
Ashes,
Okay.
you look like you have something you want to say.
Yeah. So there's the link if you guys want to go see the legal information on PayPal. That takes effect today, folks. So again, I'm not saying this stuff because I'm trying to be a hard nose or be argumentative. It's genuinely about protecting the community. And so I want to make sure that we don't inadvertently do something out of trying to help, and we end up putting somebody else in harm's way because we're violating terms and conditions of the policy of PayPal. So please be very careful. Okay. I really, like I said, my goal is to protect Jack.
Ashes.
What's up, Ashes?
How y'all doing today? So all this stuff is right up my alley. It's what I do. So with the storms or with Helene that came through, the federal government's dealing with 2 different FEMA regions, and the FEMA regions operate differently. Imagine that. It's federal government. They do stuff differently in different places. Every state has their own laws and policies and rules that they have to follow to do everything they're doing. So Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, they all have different rules they have to follow. I can speak specifically for Virginia because that's where I work. So when a hurricane comes through, you have to have local damage assessment. And after you have the local damage assessment, then they work through getting a local declaration of emergency, then a state declaration of emergency, and then they go to the federal government and ask the president to declare, which did happen in all those states. FEMA comes out, they go out and do damage assessment. The person, and you can ask Jack, Jack's already done this. Jack had to reach out and call FEMA. I think he did it through their website to be in their system to say that he has needs. So that's where there's a huge disconnect, especially with the size of the storm and so much power that's out and the internet's out. How do we get people to do that? But they will have people, boots on the ground, people walking every mile, checking every house, checking every piece of property where there used to be a house, and all that will be assessed. But this is not a quick process. This process will take more than a year, probably 2 years. It could take
you know that.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time, and then to recover, and just they're still doing recoveries now, finding folks that have lost their life. They still have folks that need to be assisted that have no way to get in or some get out, and so it is a big process. And I think Frosty is exactly right. We have to be careful on how we help people so we don't hurt people, because that could happen. I think that's what Frosty was referring to when we're trying
to. Yep.
And so there's ways you can do that. I think that the easiest thing is for somebody to have a offline conversation with Jack to see what Jack's needs are. We can sit here and think, hey, Jack needs A, B, and C, but he may need Z and X and U.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Having those offline conversations to determine what Jack needs, what his neighbors needs, and if we're able as a community, the community that we are, to help, and then that's what we do. We figure out how best to help that. If cash in their hand is the best thing to help them with, cash in their hand, because of the power being down and internet being down, then you get a trusted agent that is close, that someone sends a certified or a cashier's check to, and you trust that person to go to the bank and cash it. There's not going to be any tax implications when that happens, and then they go and they drive and they hand deliver the cash. That is a way to do that. But I think drop shipping whatever he needs, if it's a generator, if it's water, if it's food, if it's medicine, if whatever. But Jack has to tell us what Jack needs. Just like everybody, all the millions of people that are affected, everybody's needs is different.
Well, and Jack is saying that there's a lot of people worse off than he is, and we understand that. And Jack, if we're putting you on the spot, we apologize. The intent here is, um, you're the one in our community, right? The rest of the people in your neighborhood are not part of the best community, and so you are the gatekeeper to your
Yeah.
community, right? And so if there's something in your community that we can do to help, and then, again, Ashes, thank you so much for saying that, because I've worked disaster recovery. I've done preparedness plans for the work that I do, and so again, a lot of people try to do things. They expect big government to act quickly, and like I said the other day, folks, it's like turning a carrier. You turn that rudder, but it takes a long time for that ship to move. And so a lot of people talk to one or two people. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Also, the fact that Jack is helping his neighbors, and that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
He's, you know, maybe he doesn't need help, but he can help other people, and that's very important. That's why we're the best of the best coin community, because we do reach out and help the people that need it, whether it's friends and families, neighbors, whatever.
Yep.
And it's just like what Ashes says. That's what they do. That's their job. That's what they do.
Yeah.
We have had, where I live in Virginia, of course, we had some damage here in my town. Not much damage. It was, we took care of it pretty easily. My neighbor 12 miles down the street from me, which is, they're that way. That's south from me where I'm sitting. They had more than 24 homes that were washed away. Churches flooded, roads gone. We depend on what's called the Virginia Creeper Trail. It's a bicycle trail that runs 32 miles from Virginia to North Carolina, and half of that trail is gone now. And the town of Damascus, Virginia, if they don't have the trail, the town doesn't do well at all. That is their totally livelihood. The leaves are changing now, so they have no way to get people to go out and ride the bicycle trail. So my town, we've got our end of the trail, they got it sorted out for them. But it's, people want to help because people have good hearts. People want to give you
100%
clothes. Clothes is absolutely the absolute worst thing that you can give out is clothes. They don't need clothes. If you're local and you need to help, even if you're not local, but you want to help somebody, do a little Google research and just look for, if we're not helping, I'm talking about everybody but Jack. If we're going to help Jack, because Jack is part of our community, we absolutely should do that. My church, we have 2 folks that lost their jobs because of the flooding, washed away their businesses. So, my church wants to help people, and I'm on the church council, which is like a deacon. And I told the pastor, I was like, we'll help whoever needs to be helped, but we got to help our people first. It's just like we're doing here with Jack. But we had over a ton of dog food and pet food, that were over 2,000 pounds of pet food that was delivered to the shelter because people have pets. We had, I don't know how many pallets of diapers that were delivered, and there's not that many babies over there. They'll never use the diapers. The wipes, they'll use the wipes. So it's really important that you reach out to entities that are in the area that you want. So if you want to help Marion, North Carolina, then you got to look at Marion, ask Jack, since he's on the ground there, and see what they need, and find either the entity to drop ship it to, or get it to Jack if Jack's able to move that stuff. But now people need stuff for muck and gut. They need buckets. They need cleaning supplies. They need heavy duty rubber gloves, like the Calgon commercial rubber gloves, those yellow gloves, stuff like that. So they can work. Need work gloves. They need eye protection. They don't think about it. That's just like, I know Baxter. Yep, Baxter is down next to you. That's who we get. That's where we get our IV fluids from, Jack. But a lot of people, they want to give you canned food, but they forget that there's no power, and the only can opener they have was the one you push the button on. It takes electricity. So you have to either have a pop top can, or you have to give them a manual can opener. So
B38s.
Those are the things that people don't think about unless you're in disaster management, and you've gone through that before and you think about it. So I think it's a great idea, and I do think someone can talk to Jack and see exactly. And Jack's going to be a proud man. I can tell you, I've never met Jack before in my life. I've only talked to him I'm pointing to my screen over here. I only talked to him on the chat. Always a very polite person on the chat. And I can tell you, he'd be a very proud man. He's going to tell you he needs nothing but his neighbors needs it all. So we'd have to have that very frank conversation, offline conversation with what Jack needs, what his neighbors need. And then if we can make it happen, we make it happen. We've all got stuff and mechanisms that all of us have something that we can do, something we can offer, something we can do to help. And that's all you
right.
need. You know, $5 is huge. Look how big our community is. $5 a person in the community. That's huge money. I mean, and that will go a long way to help until they're able to get any individual assistance from the federal government, which typically is about 75%.
So Ashes, what about medicine? What about getting ambulances to these people? I mean, that's got to be very difficult.
Yeah. So what they do when you have these disasters, they put in, FEMA puts in strike teams, and they have strike teams of ambulances and fire trucks and paramedics and EMTs that go to the areas that are affected. I've sent some of my guys to Florida when they've been down there and that's all managed through FEMA. If there is a need for medicine, you actually can reach out to the American Red Cross, and the American Red Cross, they can help you get your medicine to you typically. It depends on the chapter and the area that you're being served by, but that's typically something you can do. You can also have your medicine drop shipped to you. So if your local pharmacy is a local pharmacy and that local pharmacy was wiped out, transfer your prescription to Walmart and then have Walmart ship it to you.
Yeah.
So there's ways you can do that. And I've got a cousin that lives just outside of Asheville. So, they were been without power. I think she just got power back, but she was on the northern end of Asheville. So, they got hammered. I use the word hammered. I'm sorry if I use that word a lot, but they were affected very, 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 very harshly, just like everybody was down there. But, yeah. And if you can get a P38, I saw the P38 can opener. That's the little military can opener. It's about that tall. Put it on a keychain. It works. So,
well, you have to come with instructions for me to be able to figure that one out.
You just lay it on top and just twist it just like this, and it opens right around. And All Things Silver, All Things Silver is also a firefighter. His department sent folks over too to help. This storm, in my opinion, will be our worst natural disaster we've ever had in our history.
Oh, I'm sure that I agree with that one.
I think looking at the money first and then looking at the loss of life, which is way more important, I think they're going to find that the loss of life is going to be much greater than probably what they've anticipated. That's just a hunch. It's just a hunch on my end. I don't have anything to substantiate that other than doing this job for 4 decades. So, and I went through Katrina. We had tornadoes here. I've had flooding in our local area. When I worked for the State Department of Emergency Management, we had flooding in our area that was very similar to what we had here locally, but it was localized.
Got another hurricane coming in now.
Yeah, and it's going to go right across Central Florida from the Gulf Coast over to the Atlantic. So, and Frosty was right. While the federal government does print the money, they only have a finite amount of money that's available, and I'll do the same thing. I'm sorry, Adam.
Stop sending it to other countries and giving it to immigrants. Give it to us.
Yeah.
Well, that thing about the immigrants was debunked, by the way. But
what was debunked?
That FEMA spent all their money on the immigrants. That was debunked.
Well, okay, who's paying for all this money that they're getting and the credit cards they're getting and the hotels that they're staying at?
Yeah, but it's not coming from FEMA. So, but anyway,
it is coming from American taxes.
And we don't want to turn this into a political thing, obviously not on Miss Ida's channel today, but I will say that I totally agree that, first off, United States is the best country in the whole world. So if you're from another country and you're listening to this YouTube, sorry, I think we're better than everybody else. We are the best country in the world. I believe that. When someone else in the world needs help, they always call us. They always do. Whatever it is, nearly every country on earth calls the United States for assistance, and we go help them because that's what we do. But I think it's time that we really look hard and strong and realize that our people in the United States need help from a multitude of different things going on. One is this natural disaster, and there's everything else that goes on in our country. I really think that we should look long and hard of how we help our fellow citizen here in the United States first and make sure they're taken care of, whether that's taking care of homeless veterans, taking care of the homeless population, doing something about immigration, all those things that we need to fix. Because I absolutely have no problem with someone coming from another country and want to come be an American citizen. I think that's awesome. Just
legally.
Just follow it, you know.
Through the legal system.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, I got to catch a phone call. Be right back.
And I tell you what, it's
we have an immigration system. If they want to come here, use that.
Ditto.
I could get, well, I guarantee you, well, I'm not going to guarantee you, but I'm going to be exactly nice. It's hard, but I'm going to be nice. I'm sure there is people that have, I mean, disinformation. I think there's a lot of that going around. I really believe that, but I would not put it past the government to spend our tax money on things that we would not want it to be spent on, and we have no choice because we don't have any say in it, unfortunately. The only say that we have is our votes. And you can bet on one thing, I'm going to be voting. But no, nobody's, I don't know. I could get, I don't want to get political. I watch, as y'all know, I watch a lot of Fox News. I watch CNN. I don't just watch Fox News. I believe more of what Fox News says than I do in CNN, but I do watch some CNN just to laugh, really. I mean, just to see what. Sorry, I can't help it.
Fox News is run by rhinos. I wouldn't watch them either. I'd get all of my information.
I watch everything. USA News.
Well, Fox News themselves even said they're more of an entertainment channel than they are a news channel.
Well, yeah, there's so much out there. We can't. The thing is, there's so many people that are so gullible. You know, they believe everything that they hear and say. I don't know. Not going to do this.
That would be appropriate, David, but when will that happen?
Oh, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
I think one of the best things they could do is implement terms for all areas. Term limits for everybody.
Like 20-year overall term limit for all positions in the federal government.
Oh, Jack, it's no big deal. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. Yeah, news is depressing, but I'll tell you what's even more depressing when I talk to somebody and they'll say to me, I'm not even going to vote. Oh my gosh. That just sets me off. Don't tell me you're not going to vote.
Or how about
I know a number of people
because they don't like the way the person looks.
I know a number of people that had felonies when they were young people. And they tell me that they can't vote. And no, you can vote. Once you've paid your penalty to the government and you pay society back for the wrong you did, you can vote again. But I got people that use that as an excuse for not voting.
Do you seriously think that people that are in prison don't vote?
Well, you cannot vote while you are in prison.
I understand. I'm saying, seriously, do you believe that doesn't happen?
I understand it's my dead mother and my dead brother-in-law and still vote.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Miss Ida,
yes, sir.
I'm going to put my email in the chat if you don't mind. When you get a chance, will you email me your mailing address so I can send stuff for St. Jude's?
I will do that.
Oh, yeah, you want to get it in before the end of this month, too.
Yeah, so I've got people that are through my channel are donating, and Ben and my friend and I, we're going to donate some stuff, but we just want to make sure we get it to you. So that's why if you can
get it to you right now.
Thank you very much.
I can get my computer to come up.
And then I have to get back to work. Believe it or not, I have to do work on occasion. So.
Oh no, not that.
Yeah, I'll show you one. I'll show you one picture before I go. So here is that's what $1 million looks like.
Yikes!
Wow.
That's my new fire engine that was delivered last week.
But I'll tell you what, that's $1 million put to good use.
Yeah, $990,911 to be exact. So it's crazy. So, but she is pretty. I mean, if you like fire trucks, she's pretty.
What kind of motor's in it?
It has an L9 Cummins, 450 horse, 1250 torque.
That's a good motor.
Yeah, it's got 1,500 gallon per minute pump, 750 gallon of water. It will carry 4 firefighters, and it'll last us a little 20, 22 years, something like that. So it's not a bad investment for $1 million. So.
Wow, I had no idea they would have lasted that long.
And people spend $50,000 a year on a Volkswagen.
Oh, that's cute.
That's my grandbabies. Woohoo!
All right, Ashes, I just sent that to you.
All right.
You get that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right. Hey, y'all have a great day, and just remember, we are the best of the best, and it's not just the coin community. Just because people are sitting here talking and having conversations, and we're able to agree to disagree, but we all want to do the same thing, and that's help somebody else. That makes you the best of the best, not just the coin community, just the best of the best in general. So
that's right. That's right. Absolutely.
Y'all have a great day. Stay safe, and then I'll see you on the next stream.
Appreciate that.
Bye, dear. Be safe.
And Paula Bloom, bye. Bye.
Paul, why aren't you up here? Because I think I know, but that's okay.
We're in our last few minutes here. So I can change direction of our conversation just a little bit to talk about something cool and fun. Remember on Friday, I told you that I had an interview coming up that day?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I got the job. I start tomorrow.
Awesome.
I had no doubt that you would get that job.
Congratulations, Charlie.
I have hired over 100 people in my life and did telephone interviews. Every single person, I did at least 3 telephone interviews with them before I brought them in for an in-person interview before I hired them. I got hired off of the second telephone interview. It kind of blows me away.
Well,
it scares me a little bit too, because I don't really know enough about this company yet. But I accepted that I'll find out during my orientation that starts tomorrow and runs for the next month.
Well, I think that's great.
But
we will miss you, Sterling.
Well, I may have a schedule that gives me a couple of days a week to come in. That's what I'm working for.
Well, I hope so.
But then on Friday, I went down to the Billy Strings concert, took my cousin and his wife, who are both in really, really poor health. My cousin started getting sick at the start of COVID. And he got COVID, and in his treatment for COVID, wound up having 2 strokes.
Oh no.
Oh my.
And so he's 2 years older than me. He's 80 years old. He's not doing, or 70 years old, excuse me. But he's not doing well. And his wife has, in the last few years, just ballooned up huge. I mean, she's like 5'3" and well over 250 pounds, and has an extremely hard time getting around. But I was able to get them into the concert, and they had a good time. We had, our meals were provided. It was a wonderful, wonderful day. But we did not get to meet with Boomer at all because he left to go home. He lives over in Grand Rapids, the other side of the state, and he went to go home to be with his baby and didn't do any before or after meets and greets stuff. But a good friend of mine that I've talked about a little bit called me Saturday morning, Larry McCrae. Larry McCrae is a musician, and he's 64 years old, made a living off of playing music, and he's really good. He's actually had a couple of charting hits. Soul Shine was a big song for him. It charted for him, but he did it before the Allman Brothers ever had a #1 hit with it. They got it from him. But Larry called me Saturday morning and asked me if I was going to the show that night, that he wanted to meet up with me there because him and his son and a number of people were going. And I said, no, I'm not going. But he was just in Nashville in September recording an album with a gentleman that many of you may know of. Oh, excuse me. Had to stretch and get this cobwebs out of my brain. Joe Bassamana, he recorded this album in his studio. And while he was down there, Larry was putting up posts on Facebook every day, and I'd comment on the posts. And by the end of the time they were down there, Joe Bassamana started commenting on my posts. Got this guy who was a very famous musician.
Oh, that's great.
But Larry called me, and he wanted to get a chance. He knows that I know Boomer, and he wanted to get a chance to meet him. And I can't do it, but I called Boomer's manager and talked to him, and he said he knows who Larry is from his career, and I've talked with Boomer about Larry before. And he said, well, no, Boomer's not going to be meeting and greeting with anybody, but Larry is already on the guest list for the next time Boomer comes back to Michigan.
That's a good thing.
So I got my mission accomplished. I got my job. And while I was talking to Larry, he played the raw cuts for all of the new music that he recorded while he was in Nashville last month. We sat on the phone for an hour and a half and listened to it. He's got a great album coming out.
Nice. Jack Goldman wanted to know what kind of job you got. What is it?
I am working in the lab in a dispensary. I'm going to be doing extractions, and I'll be working in the kitchen and making medibles.
Charlie, while you're up there talking, tell us about ATS's gram of gold that he's given away.
Oh, yes. If you get a donation sent in to Miss Ida and she receives it by Halloween, not after, by Halloween, and it is something for Ida to put in the auction for St. Jude's, our very good friend, All Things Silver, has put up a bounty. And whoever has their names in with their item, there will be a drawing. I don't know if it will be on Halloween or a day or two after, but somebody's going to get a gram of gold for donating to St. Jude's.
Courtesy of All Things
All things silver.
Okay,
So-
one other thing. We had Braxton says, let's talk about horror of Halloween related things, such as which films have you got you into horror? I got a
Horror.
list of mine. Well, what I don't like those things.
I don't like Halloween at all.
I like
The day after isn't too bad because that's All Saints Day.
I like the candy. I like the kids. I don't like the scary
I
show.
saw some candy corn yesterday, and I was so tempted to eat a handful of it. I didn't.
Oh, look at you! Look at you! Well,
You can
wait.
eat a handful of my hand.
I know. I want to chew on your
Did you do
fingers
those
right now,
backwards?
Angel.
Did
Huh?
you do this backwards?
Well,
Because
I mean, it
mine-
looks good from my view, but yeah, it should probably be the other way.
well, I mean, the yellow being the orange, etc., just like that. Because that's how I did mine. The concept looked good, but when you look at them up close, it's like, oh my goodness! Especially my right hand because I can't do left hand. Look at yours; it's perfect.
But Braxton, to tell you the scariest movie I've ever saw was it really wasn't a Halloween movie, but it was about voodooism. And it,
Oh yeah, see that rings right up there with vampires and
Yeah.
not
Was
doing
it
that.
the serpent in the rainbow?
The Serpent and the Rainbow. That movie scared the bejeebers out of me because it could be real.
I think Paula, you should come up and show your nails. I love your nails. I'm gonna get Mystic to do mine. Yours are long enough.
I can do your nails for you, Sterling.
Can you
Yeah.
clean all the dirt out from it? I swear to God, I clean my fingernails 2 times every day, and they're always freaking filthy.
Well, that might be because you play in the dirt.
I do. That is true.
So you know what? That might be why. Just saying.
Yeah. I always have leftover food under my nails, so
You have leftover food.
yeah. I save it for later.
Well,
Yeah.
I really do spend a lot of time scratching my animals because I love it, right? And I think that's where a lot of it comes from is just dander from them.
So you have dander nails.
Yeah, I have dander nails.
Mystic said she would paint my nails for me like that, but not my toenails.
Yeah, feet gross me out too.
Yeah,
I
that's
hate
her.
I hate feet. Feet are creepy, man. I got an anti-foot fetish.
I couldn't even draw a pumpkin on my thumb with my right hand.
Well, Braxton, have you ever seen the movie The Serpent and the Rainbow? I mean, if you like that stuff, you'll get a kick out of that movie. But I mean, every other Halloween movie I've ever watched, the Halloween movies, Friday the 13th, Last House on the Left, that stuff is all like completely fake, and it's obvious.
I like the movies like The Worst Witch and and that We've Got a Ghost.
I mean,
like
for
Yes.
crazy stuff that's over the top, I think James Bond movies have always been my favorite.
Mine's got to be Jurassic Park.
Well, Braxton, check it out. You will enjoy that movie if that's in your wheelhouse. It's a well done movie, and the star of the movie is the oldest girl from the Cosby Show. I can't remember her name, but the one that married Mike Tyson for a little while.
That was
Bonet.
Charles.
Was it like Lisa Bonet or something like that?
Yeah, the Adams family. Yeah.
There you go, great Scott.
It.
That's more up my alley.
Mm-hmm.
Creepy and you.
Well, thank you, Welchco. I appreciate it.
Vampires have always creeped me out.
I mean, seeing as how I work, my career.
I didn't know you met my ex-wife, Ida.
My career was in big pharma. I worked as a toxicologist for big pharma for over 25 years until I couldn't take the fact that I knew that everything that I did was to the detriment of the human society. So I quit when I was 55 years old. I gave up a big money job because I couldn't do it anymore.
I like the scary movies that are kids' scary movies.
Morning, Mark. Mark the Quahog.
Lisa Bonet.
I think Lisa Bonet was.
Yeah, Lisa Bonet was the girl.
Yeah, but she didn't marry Mike Tyson.
Yes, she did.
No, they're saying that Robin Givens was the one that married Mike Tyson. They said she married Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, Jack, I will do that.
Lenny Kravitz, and then she's with Jason Momoa right now.
Angel, now you know why I said I wasn't going to sleep and have my own room in Jefferson.
Oh, I wouldn't want my own room either. I mean, I like a good horror flick, but, you know, when the lights are out and there could be something under my bed, you know, it kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I mean, I think I like cartoons more than anything for something just to watch for entertainment.
You and me both, brother. And the old ones.
Yeah.
Wile E. Coyote, Foghorn Leghorn.
And the movies that they made, like the Flintstones movie it's terrible, but it's funny.
So when you set up your camera in a place like Jefferson Hotel that haunted, and you get all these orbs on your camera, what do you think about that?
I think it's dust.
Well, it depends on the.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Dust bunnies.
Yeah, it depends on the media too, because if you're using film, like the older ones, simply flashing a flashlight in an area with a lens protector over it would yield kind of an iridescent green effect. Double exposure of a
what if you're using your phone
image. Say again?
What if you're using your phone?
Yeah, but even on phones, they have the capabilities and apps to do double exposures. There are filters and all sorts of stuff that you can put in. So it's so hard, especially now, to know what's real and what's not. Because digital editing and digital graphics and the filters and stuff are so good now. It's very, very hard to tell what's real and what's not.
Well,
I mean, just look at the stuff that they have with, Biden and Trump dancing with the John Travolta dance out there on the street. You know what I mean? If you look at that, it's very hard to tell that they did that animation. It's extremely well done. So it's very hard. You look at newscasts where they're talking they have POTUS up there and he's talking and it's not him, but it sure as hell looks like he's seeing it and saying it. It's so hard nowadays. It's unreal.
I have
No,
some
I think
I have some experience with orbs in film, and it's a real easy explanation. But about 15 years ago, my son and I went on a week-long trip up in the Boundary Waters in northern Minnesota. And one evening, it was just at dusk. The kids were all on the shoreline fishing, and I went to take some pictures of them. And these pictures were completely full of orbs, but the mosquitoes had just come out.
Oh, so your orbs were mosquitoes.
Were
huh?
mosquitoes taken with a flashlight, with a flash on my camera. And there were hundreds of them on every picture that I took in that
Yeah.
maybe 2-minute period of time.
Well, I assure you, when you get me and Paula and Angel together in one room in a haunted hotel, we'll sleep with the light on.
Well, then you'll find Sterling and I tying a fishing line and using a comb and pulling it taut and rubbing that comb very gently across it. So it sounds like,
Yeah, thank you a lot. Love you guys too. All right, I got to get out of here.
Love you, Ada. Love you, Angel.
Love you,
Oh, Mark,
Victoria.
as always, folks.
it's a fantastic job for me.
Mwah.
I never worked
Love
on a drug that
Congratulations,
cured anybody, but now I can work on stuff that makes people feel good at least.
Well, you guys have a great day. Love you. Don't get into any trouble I can't get you out of. See you all tomorrow. And be safe, please, please, please. And anyway, love you. Go to Walmart. They have Halloween candy and on sale, and stock up. And anyway, love you guys. See you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.